Thank you very much, Cynthia, and I want to thank you for the invitation to share this event with you. It's a pleasure. As you mentioned before, digitalization is now more important than ever, and Europe's recovery and competitiveness depends on how fast we are able to achieve the digital transformation of our economy and society. The Commission has set very ambitious digital decade targets for 2030, and it will require high levels of improvements in each of the targeted areas over the coming years in terms of infrastructure, digital skills, and digitalization of SMEs and the public sector. And to reach them, we have the unique opportunity of the Recovery and Resilience Facility. This is the largest mobilization of public investments in European history. And I think it should not be seen as a simple economic stimulus, but as the historic opportunity to correct some of the deficits Europe has in the key of areas of digitalization and to promote the Union's economic, social, and territorial cohesion. I think this is our opportunity to emerge stronger out of the crisis. And all of us agree that 5G will be a critical building block of our digital economy. It is key for our strategic autonomy. And if we want to continue in the race, we have to invest massively in 5G and guarantee its rapid rollout in Europe. This is why 5G is one of the 7 flagships areas for investments and reforms in the recovery plan. My first question here would be, are the national recovery plans ambitious enough to meet the digital decade targets? Enough to guarantee the rapid deployment of and uptake of the 5G technology, which is critical for our future? The condition, as you know, is that all member states invest at least 20% of the funds in the digital transition. But when we look at the national recovery plans, we can see that most countries have identified 5G as a key lever for the recovery, but the commitment to deploy 5G varies across countries. And for example, when we look at infrastructure for extending broadband coverage in rural areas, it does not appear to be addressed in most of the plans. So that takes me to raise here a concern regarding the state aid rules for the implementation of national recovery plans, which could lead to low absorption rates of the funds. Because the guidance from the European Commission to member states on how to use public funds for the deployment of 5G networks, in particular in rural areas, takes a very restrictive approach. And maybe later the DG Connect can talk about this and can explain us how to make and how to give legal certainty to the countries in order that the plans are compatible with the stated rules. For us, for the Parliament, this is critical, because without public funds for rural areas, mobile network operators will prioritize their investments to the more economic areas and widening the digital divide between urban and rural areas. And for the Parliament, this is very important that we don't extend the digital divide, but we close it with 5G. And investing in infrastructure will not be enough if our society cannot or does not know how to keep up with the change that 5G will bring. And therefore, we need to invest in skills. We need to modernize our education and training system. We need to increase the number of ICT specialists. And we also need to move to a lifelong learning approach so that people can upskill and reskill. And of course, and I want to finish, we need to promote more women in STEM studies and careers. So I will leave here, but I think we have a huge opportunity. We must learn from the lessons of the recent past years, and we need to invest the funds properly, I would say strategically. And they should respond not just to national or regional priorities, but to have a European vision in order to place Europe in the place that it corresponds in the world. Thank you very much.